there's something very weird flying over Jerusalem. As you can see, there is this orb of a light that's been flying right above Jerusalem. And this video is not an AI because this video was actually recorded before AI even existed. This happened during 2011. And now it seems like this light or this orb thing, whatever it is now returned back again. And the government is now saying that these things, the orbs, the lights, whatever it is, these are the extraterrestrial beings. And apparently they are the so-called demons that the Bible and the scriptures like the book of Enoch describes. Because in the book of Enoch, you'll actually see that there were 200 watchers that were sent down from heaven to earth. And what's actually interesting is that there are exactly 200 craters that's been formed all around the earth. Take a look at this video right here.
100 meteor craters that have like left ginormous massive holes on the planet. There's no skid marks or anything. It's like it came straight down. What? In the book of Enoch, how many angels were cast down from heaven? 200. Who's to say?
So these are like the locations exactly as far as where they found the craters so far. So there are exactly 200 craters all over the earth, like in all different nations.
Hey, they didn't come down in a crazy way. And then the rendezvous point is Mount Hermon.
That's nuts.
And whatever fell here does not exist in that location anymore.
Of these stories all across the world are these balls of fire, gods of fire came down, and that's what left those craters.
Oh,
Isn't that
my
crazy?
goodness.
But there's the story of this ancient Native American tribe in New Mexico, and one kid who had a large scar across his face. He's probably like 7 or 8 years old, and he runs to this crater. They spend days looking for this kid. He comes back a couple days later, 30 years old. That's wild. It's 200.
Wow. So the kid came back like he went when he was 7 years old and he came back when looking 30 years old. I don't know how that happened. But as far as what we can see, the craters are indeed 200. There's exactly 200 crates, and it aligns perfectly with what the book of Enoch indeed says. Like we saw the footage in which these orbs were like flying over Jerusalem right above Temple Mount. There's also a footage from a guy who apparently recorded this in his farm, and it seems like a massive spear and orb-like thing that just landed right in front of his farm, and he managed to film this thing, and it's really crazy. I think you guys should look at this. Look at this stuff. It's right there. And previously,
dude, do you hear that?
There's a humming noise coming out of it.
I think I gotta cut the live, dude. I'm not joking. Hold on. Babe. Tell my mom where we are.
There's some weird sound coming out of it, dude.
Holy shit. I thought that was hot. That's fucking freezing, bro.
And then he tries to fold it, like, look at the other side, and there are some inscriptions.
That's a solid fucking rock. Fucking metal fucking thing.
I wouldn't do that.
It's so cold, bro.
Who would touch that with a bare hand, dude?
I'm taking off my jacket. Hold on, guys. I think it's burnt.
How's it burned if it's cold?
There's fucking shit on it. Oh, I'm tripping,
there are
dude.
some
I shouldn't be touching
inscriptions.
this shit. The bottom is like warm. The top is cold as shit. That's crazy. Look, look at hot, cold. No, it's not hot, but it's like warm, and that's like cold. You can literally see the condensation.
Wow, it's even forming those fingerprints like when you touch something cold, like super cold, you can actually see those things. It gets formed all around the frost.
What the fuck?
That seems legit.
Warm, cold. Hold on. And it's just freaking humming.
Some sort of electromagnetic signals being sent out. And if you look at this, look at this stuff. There's some kind of a chip that is engraved. What is that thing? It looks very similar to the Booga Spear, which was previously revealed
That's
by...
like scratched in there.
It's engraved, basically.
That's weird. Literally warm. History or disappear.
That is weird. That is weird. I don't know how many of you guys know about the Booga Spear. This right here is the Booga Spear. And apparently a lot of people got to witness this thing flying around in the sky. And some of these Booga Spear ended up crash landing as well. Now, previously kind of just crash landed in a place where a dude just managed to touch this thing. He was testing things out with the spear. And it had a very, very similar engraving. Look at this stuff. This is basically how the engraving looked like. And the kind of spear that the guy found in his farm looks very similar to this as well. And also it seems like there was this very similar Booga Spear that also ended up landing in Area 51 a couple while ago. And this was actually recorded. Take a look at this thing. A huge shout out to Freeze Traps for actually making this real.
Government just released this footage of a UFO landing at Area 51 and then jumping back up into space or wherever it was at
Look
an
at this stuff.
extremely fast speed. Now, the strange thing is they just released this, put it up.
But this is actually bigger in size, man. Look at this thing. It looks like an aircraft or something. Because these are like the cars that are moving towards it, but this is massive. It's way bigger than the car
up on
itself.
the news and was like basically like just check this out. And people might say that that's fake, but it's not, because
And just
the
flies
government
off.
has already been doing
Wow.
this. They did this like way back in 2021 where they just started showing footage of UFOs flying in the sky, and they're like, yeah guys, basically these things are
That's
out here
crazy.
and you got to get prepared and get ready for once they start showing up more.
And also recently, there's been a lot of these fireball sightings that's been happening all over the world. Many people actually thought that this could be the missiles, because right now the current situations makes us wonder if anything that's flying around the sky could be some sort of weaponry that's being sent from the Middle East. So take a look at this stuff.
What the fuck that is, y'all?
The man spotted a fireball appearing to go into the Atlanta, Georgia skies. Instead of falling to the earth in the second clip, the fireball can be seen expanding in a way quite hard to describe. All right.
What is it?
Wow, look at that. It doesn't really look like an asteroid or something, because there was no
What
reports
is it, y'all?
about an asteroid crash that happened. Meteoroid, nothing. Wow. It completely changed shape. The kind of trajectory shape that was following up, it changed completely. Look at that thing. That is weird. Very weird indeed. And this right here is also a very old footage, which was recorded back in 2011, way before the AI era even existed. And apparently the footage also seems to have very similar Booga Spear. And it's being dropped down by something that just looks like it's in a cloak mode or something. I don't know if you guys have seen this Predator movie where the Predator kind of goes into the cloak mode and you can't really see it. So it seems like whatever the space shuttle or whatever it is, the UFO object, it seems to be in a very similar cloak mode.
Same UFO
And it's being dropping down.
on TikTok. It's dropping those same metal
Look at these things.
spheres.
These
I am
are...
in Washington State. What is going on? This thing is not making any noise. But hold on, I need to calm down. This is, it obviously doesn't want to hurt me. What are these things?
So it's basically going to
They
fly
are
off?
appearing, apparently, all over the place. It just dropped two metal spheres that are down below the trees, these fir trees. All right, listen. It started.
It's taking
lifting
off.
Up, it's going away. Just calm down. Everything's fine. It's leaving. It's floating away. It's not making any noise at all. It's completely transparent. I mean, you can see the outline of it. It just stopped spinning. All right, it's lowering back down.
I mean, we can still see it though.
Look, you can see right through it. You can
Oh,
see
wow.
right through it. It's completely transparent. It looks like a jellyfish or something. All right, it's taking off. This is exciting. I ain't ain't even scared. I'm just hiking, man. That's wild.
That is
There it
crazy.
goes. There it
That's
goes.
crazy.
There it is. I'm in Washington State. There it goes. I'm out. It's,
So apparently
So
it's
this
been
is a-
dropping these Boogosphere kind of a thing. The same metallic spear that's being dropped all over the place, and we don't really know what the hell these things are. And it seems like they have some sort of encryption in it. And a lot of people are saying from the government that these are indeed the so-called aliens. And you know, Vice President J.D. Vance, he himself admitted that the so-called aliens are not really these extraterrestrial beings. They are the demons that are mentioned in the Bible.
You're going to release all the UFO files.
We're working on it. It's funny. When I came in, I was obsessed with the UFO files, but I've still got 3 more years as vice president. I will get to the bottom of the UFO files.
Okay. All right. Well, we're waiting for it. We saw aliens.gov.
And you know me.
We saw
You know me.
aliens.gov.
I don't think they're aliens. I think they're demons anyway, but that's a longer discussion.
They are the ones that if you read the Book of Enoch, aliens are basically the species that we name it as aliens if we don't really know where they are from and what kind of species they are. So that's basically the meaning of what alien word stands for. It doesn't really mean that they are from outer space or whatever. It basically means that they are beings that we're not familiar. They're just something that's completely alien to us. So that's basically what alien means. And this could even include demons because we don't know what demons look like. We've only so far seen what the possessions look like and what the priests and, you know, the exorcists have been trying their best in order to get these possessions out. But we haven't really seen their physical form of how they actually look like and what kind of technology these guys possess. And apparently maybe it seems like they do possess some crazy technology that's way beyond what we humans ever have so far in our entire history. Since they've also been living among us and before us on Earth, so they have a lot of experience, they know a lot of things. And obviously we see what these guys have done so far, like the pyramids. You know, it's impossible for humans to build pyramids, and they've done it. These previous civilizations have done it, and nobody knows how this was even built. So it's very clear that the previous civilization, the demons, the fallen angels, the Nephilims, whatever you want to call them, they are still here. And apparently it seems like they have a lot of technology, and now out of nowhere they started showing themselves up. And now it seems like the government is also releasing files, the so-called UFO files. And it seems like things are really getting real. The Project Bluebeam is indeed getting started very soon. But there's this Resilient show, which is actually being hosted by Stephen Greer, who is one of those whistleblowers who apparently gave us a lot more information about what these things are. And apparently some of the things he talks about in terms of these Boogosphere, he actually says that they are some sort of a symbolic demons, the so-called ones that were created during the time of Noah's flood. They are actually part of what the scripture says. I think you guys should take a look at this
We now have
episode
5
right here.
videos of 5 separate
stuff.
Boogospheres that have been filmed in this general area of Colombia, South America. And the question is, why are they suddenly being activated? I think it's an early warning signal because in 12,560 years ago was an era that ended the Ice Age, and some people think it might have been the Great Flood and things like this that are accounted in the Bible. But there was some cosmic event that happened that was a big Earth sort of geophysical event. And
So basically, it is very clear that there was a cosmic event, but we don't know what kind of cosmic event that was. A lot of people say it was the asteroid that fell from sky and whatnot. We obviously know, we Christians obviously know, and the scriptures very clearly says that there was a massive flood that happened, the Noah's flood. And that is the time when these things came in, apparently, as far as what we have been getting information from these guys.
And that is when they're dated from. And all of a sudden, while there's all this going on with the magnetic field over South America and the South Atlantic and Africa becoming unstable, these all being activated all at once is a bit of worrisome. 2 separate linguistic teams independently
Look at these
concluded-
things. Look at these things. These are like the engravings that are like in these spears. Don't even know what the hell this is. Probably they're just using it in order to control the Earth's magnetic field, or they're just trying to move Earth from one position to another using the magnetic fields. We don't
It
know,
was a
man.
type of Proto-Sanskrit. And when they translated it, it was vaguely saying a warning of some cosmic event.
So apparently it also has a meaning there, and they try to transcribe it. Apparently it says that there is a massive cosmic event that is coming up, which is even bigger than what the Noah's flood was. And probably they're talking about the second coming of Christ. Maybe, we never know. Because right now, out of all these times, it seems like the whole topic of these aliens and so-called demons, extraterrestrials, are just going rapid all over the world. And it seems like Russia's coming out and they're even revealing some stuff. And there's also Americans, obviously. There's always stuff with the Americans. And also in America, obviously, there's always stuff going on in America. And now they've also been revealing that there are some weird activities of alien stuff that's been going on for many, many years, hundreds of years. And the government already knew about it. They've been in contact with them and whatnot. And they're also releasing a new documentary called The Disclosure, where apparently they're going to reveal that the government knew about the aliens and they're been living among us, and they are the so-called demons that are mentioned in the book of Isaiah, also mentioned in the book of Enoch. These things are indeed real. Even Joe Rogan was addressing this stuff. I think,
I think we're all here for a reason. I think we're here to experience something very strange and profound. And there's an event. There's an event that we're building up to, and I think that's why there's this focus on disclosure. That's why this documentary.
I think the event is basically the second coming of Christ. What do you guys think? Let me know.
Hit so hard. Guys like Marco Rubio are sticking their neck out, and Tulsi Gabbard and Rep Luna. You know, she came on my podcast too, and she was telling me some stuff that was just like mind blowing. And she really got me to read the Book of Enoch. She's like, you got to read that. Like that is
crazy.
Nuts. And that could have easily been attached to the religious canon. But
some of the rabbis didn't allow it.
Disagreed with it because it didn't vibe with the Torah. So like, let's chuck that one out. But it's in the same lump of Dead Sea Scrolls as they have the Book of Isaiah,
man.
which is really fascinating because Wes Huff, when he was on my podcast, explained to me that the Book of Isaiah that they found in the Dead Sea Scrolls is verbatim the same as the Book of Isaiah that was 1,000 years more recent. Whoa! 1,000 years.
Exactly.
So this was the oldest version that they thought was the oldest version. And then they found the Dead Sea Scrolls version, which was 1,000 years older, verbatim.
So the book of Isaiah is what they thought was oldest. And then they found the Dead Sea Scroll, and then they realized that, damn, these things existed way before we even thought they existed. And it's word to word, same to same as what Isaiah has been talking about. So this basically proves that the Bible is real, that the book of Enoch is indeed real. Some of the rabbis thought that it doesn't match their story and they just removed it from the Bible. But the book of Enoch is indeed real. It is indeed part of Bible if you want to keep it as part of Bible, I guess. But it seems like all of these weird activities have now begun. It's also happening in Jerusalem. And apparently they even visited Jerusalem Temple Mount. God knows why that happened. Probably they're just checking out the holy place, the Holy Land. But yeah, it's very interesting, and it seems like the disclosure is going to be happening very soon. I'm super excited to see what they're going to be revealing about these demons and what the Project Bluebeam is going to look like, because we obviously know that there is Project Bluebeam that's going to be happening, and there is nothing that's going to stop that, because that is absolutely necessary in order to start the second coming of Jesus Christ. So I'm really ready to see what the Project Bluebeam is indeed going to look like. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see how everything is going to take place. I really want to know what your opinions are. Leave them down below in the comments. And share this video with as many people as you possibly can, because the more you guys share it, the more people are going to know about the truth, about what's going on in the world. So make sure to share it with your friends, with your family members, with your loved ones. Let them know, man. Let them know that things are real, the scriptures are real. There is nothing that we can run from, and the only way we can be saved is indeed Lord and Christ Jesus himself. Because a lot of people have absolutely no idea. They have such a busy life, busy day, that they have absolutely no idea of what's really going on around the world. And the only way they can actually get to know all of these things, get informed and stay informed about the truth, is basically if they end up watching podcasts like these, you know. So if you guys could just go ahead, share these podcasts, that would really, really mean a lot to a lot of people's lives. So, and another thing that you guys can do is basically just go ahead, drop a like on this video and leave any sort of comment. It doesn't matter. You can just leave a comment related to the topic that we just spoke. You can also share a Bible verse, because doing this if you drop a like and a comment, it basically triggers the YouTube algorithm to push this video to a lot more people than usual. So if you can do that, it's going to end up reaching a lot more people than we usually can. And also you guys can actually hype up the video. There's also an option in which you can hype the video up. And if you have more hype on a video, it's going to help the video reach a lot more people. So it doesn't really cost money or anything such. All you need to do is just simply take a few seconds and support the video, support the content. Really means a lot. Now, if you guys want to stay updated with more podcasts like these, make sure to go ahead, subscribe, which is free on YouTube, and turn the notifications on so that you guys don't miss out on any episodes that we'll be releasing every single day. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.
It's all the things